What's up, Bardians? It is I, Cilantro here, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my bygones. Now, this bygones, by far, is my favorite pulse rifle in Destiny 2. Now, this particular bygones, I've had since bygones came available. This was like the first gun I've got. I don't remember when it came out, but this was the first one I got. And the first roll I got was, pretty good. Full bore, light mag, kill clip, outlaw, stability masterwork. Not bad for a pulse, but this by far is my favorite one. Now I have about 2,600 kills with this particular gun, and for me, on one gun, that's a lot. Cause I never really cared to keep track of it, and I never really cared about that number, because if I got a new roll, I would just delete the old one. I don't care if it had 3,000 kills on it, I would just delete it. So, for me to have 2,600 kills on one gun, pretty good. I'm trying to look through my vault now, and looking through my vault, that's one of my highest ones, I think. I have a Duke, my main Duke, with 2,500. Dire Promise is probably the most, 4,300. Midnight Coup, 2,500. Ace of Spades and Last Word probably would be more, but I don't think I've ever had a tracker on them, so unfortunate. And I always delete Ace of Spades and get it, and same thing with Last Word. But I don't really, like I said, that's getting sidetracked. Bygones, 2,600 kills. It's one of the highest on my weapons and pulse rifle. So this is my favorite pulse in Destiny 2. Why? It just works for me. It works really well. Now, there's probably a little bit better pulses out there, like the Outlast 720 RPM pulse, 540 RPM pulse. Probably a little better, but just because a gun's better doesn't mean it's going to be better for you, right? So, my Outlast is probably better, but I think I do more with my bygones because it works for me. Like, the Outlaw kill clip is awesome, but just the gun, I love the way the gun shoots, and it works for me. And it's also, it's nice that it's in a primary slot, so I can run, a Mindbenders or just, a Beloved Sniper or stuff like that. Now, another big thing about the bygones is I love the scope. The scope is super clean to look through. There's not a whole lot of obstruction. The chevron, is that what it's called? The chevron sight is pretty nice. This pulse has treated me well. Now, in this particular match, and this was during stream, the goal of this was to run, I would say, the most powerful loadout. One of the more powerful loadouts, and basically in order to do that, I just put on Lord of Wolves. Now, Lord of Wolves is the best shotgun in the game, and it has been. Even after the little bit of the nerf, it was the best. There was no reason to stop using it. And then people are just using it again because of the little catalyst came out with it, and even without the catalyst, it was the best shotgun in the game. Pellet-wise. Now, slugs technically might be a little better, but it is way easier to get a kill with a Lord of Wolves than it is with a Chaperone. The Lord of Wolves is a super forgiving shotgun, and it does a crap load of freaking damage. It'll melt supers, it'll outrange any pellet shotgun. It's forgiving because if you miss a shot, well, you're sitting there shooting a whole spray for half a second, so you get to readjust your aim, and those pellets do so much damage, it doesn't even matter if you miss half the first half burst. The Lord of Wolves is the best shotgun in the game, so I wanted to run it with this loadout because it's extremely powerful. I wanted to get a bunch of kills. So I'm running an extremely powerful pulse rifle, an extremely powerful shotgun. I've got a pretty deadly combination right there, During this meta, I don't know what the most powerful class would be. I think they're all pretty even. Movement-wise, Titans were a little cheated. You may think Titans have Titan skating, but Warlocks could do the same thing, and skating is only good from a little bit from point A to point B, not really like in firefight engagements like a Hunter roll would be. Hunters have always had the best movement, hands down. You can't beat a roll and the instant jump for PvP. Warlocks got the Dawn Blade little changes, which is the second best, and nice addition to their movement. But Titans didn't really have a whole lot. Now there's not really a whole lot now since Warlock's got the buff. But so I'm not really sure what the most powerful class will be right now. I don't know. Probably a Hunter. In fact, Hunters were always most powerful. I take all that back. Hunters were always the best PvP class. That's why they're the most played. And I guess people like the way they look too. But Hunters are the most powerful PvP class. Now, so I paired that with the Bygones and the Lord of Wolves because easy high kill games. But in general, Bygones is still my favorite pulse. It just happens to be very good. Now, my favorite thing about the Destiny community is if you don't run a hand cannon shotgun or a hand cannon sniper, or hand cannon. Every other loadout is a dad loadout. That's my, and I love that. I love that. Like, if you put on a pulse, like, oh, you're a dad. You're a dad. You can't run anything. If you don't run a hand cannon and shotgun, to anybody who does sweats, you're a dad. So that's just one favorite thing about the funny thing about the whole Destiny 2 community. Pulse rifles are good. I don't have anything against them. They're super good. I wish the ARs had the same range of them and make that a bit more even. But if you look at this pulse rifle, like, I have a kill clip on this thing, and this, when you get kill clip on this pulse, this thing 2 bursts extremely easy with 341 crits to the head. It's such an easy 2 burst. You don't have to hit all headshots, and it has pretty good range. Like, I wonder if I actually had like an accurized. If I had an accurized range masterwork one, it'd be even more crazy. I don't really care for my masterwork stability. This one's already stable enough, but man, I can't imagine how much better this pulse would be if I had an accurized and range masterwork on it. Like I said, I love this pulse. This is my favorite pulse. I've got my most kills in a game with this pulse, and that's 78. And I've had a lot of other high kills, 60s and 70 games with this pulse, really easy. It's super fun to use, and it's a nice change. I haven't been using hand cannons a lot lately. It's not because that they've been nerfed. Like, they're still good. Like, I can just run spare rations all day and call it a day. But that's just, the main thing is it's just boring now. It's been very fun, actually enjoyable running auto rifles, especially my Reckless Oracle. It's super satisfying getting a kill with that. And then like a little bit longer range of a map, my Bygones is super satisfying too. And we're fighting. I'm solo queued in quick play, and I'm fighting a team of 6. Now this is a little off topic, but I want to get this out there. Not every team is a stack, okay? In my belief, if a team is stacked, you're talking goated players. You're talking best of the best. You're talking 6 of me. Just kidding. You're just talking 6 of the best players on one team. You're like six really good players. That's a 6 stack. Not every team is a stack. So you can't just say all the time, I beat a 6 stack. You're a 6 stack and I beat you. Okay? Not every team is a 6 stack. Maybe it's just a 6 friends playing together who, they don't play often and they're just having fun together. Destiny was like the first game I've ever heard where it's frowned upon to play with a team. I don't know. Just getting that out there. Not every team is a stack. So some of you OG Bardians might remember about a year ago, probably a little longer, back when I had maybe like 20,000 subscribers, I used to do these things called Crucible reviews. Now I stopped doing them because I didn't think they were doing that well, and a lot of times people didn't send me the right stuff, so I stopped doing them. But I get a lot of requests actually all the time to, if I'm gonna do them again. And I was decided, sure, I'm gonna try it again, because elimination, actually, I totally didn't think this, but elimination game mode and the competitive survival game mode, those are a lot better game types to do reviews on than like quick play, especially elimination. That way, I can give you guys tips and stuff to get prepared for, Trials of Osiris in case it returns. Like, hopefully it returns. It's got to return. I can't see why they wouldn't bring it back. But Elim would be a good way to give you guys some tips for Trials of Osiris. So I'm going to be bringing those back. It's going to be posted tomorrow. I'm posting this one at a little bit of a weird time because I'm trying different times to see what does better. I still feel like most of my videos that I post in the morning do the best, but this one's going to be posted a little more in the evening. So yeah, Crucible reviews might make a comeback. And I believe that's going to be it for me, Bardians. I just wanted to have a little bit of talk on my Bygones. This is my favorite pulse rifle, man. Like, I've had this Bygones ever since it came out. This is one of my very first weapons. It's got amazing kill clip outlaw. It's super fun, easy gun to use. I love it. I've had my highest kills with it. Anyway, though, Bardians, I think that's going to be it from me. So until next time, stay thick.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. 2 for 1. You gave your allies the opening, and they found glory.
Damn, I didn't see those 2 grenades. there until.
Double down. Yes! 3 down! A victory well executed.
Oh, it's over. Dang, that was a good game.
You've got an armful of crests.
60.
And all the glory that goes with
Fuck, only 60? That was a good game, too. Can't believe that's only 60.